Oi, governor. Welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby, isn't it?
And I'm Alexis No.
What?
I can't do an accent right now.
Oh, I'm very good at it. And we're gonna get so many comments about, like, I thought y'all were British the whole time.
Alexis P. Bevel's here. The P today stands for Princess Di.
Why? That's so sad. Name one that's still alive but we don't care about.
Princess
Andrew. Eugenie. Oh. We
You
don't
said
talk
that's-
about Prince
You said that's
Andrew.
alive and we don't care about.
But we do have care about how much we hate him.
I don't know anyone else.
Great.
Prince George. Is that the little boy?
I think he's gonna be mean.
Is it the little boy?
I think he's gonna be mean.
Yeah. Did you watch Red, White, and Royal Blue
I shouldn't
yet?
say that.
Did you?
I tried.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm all for faggots loving faggots. This, however, seemed like straight boys loving straight boys. It was too much. It was
not enough and also too much.
Agreed. I loved Uma Thurman's accent. It was
insane.
You
know what is also insane?
What?
Is we're already at series 5 of Drag Race UK.
Remember when it started?
Oh my god, I remember it was like it was yesterday.
It was just me and Chan, and then you were somewhere else. Oh, you were off camera. I liked that.
I was off camera. Hey, if you want to start doing that again...
Go ahead.
I can't move though because my breasts will fall out of the top of this.
That's why I want you to move.
No!
Give us a little show. Yeah, so we are back with Drag Race UK. I'm so happy to be back.
It's really fun.
I
you know
love
what?
Drag Race UK.
Before, my feelings were they're doing too much, it's coming too quickly, but now because that's the case, and we've gone to all these other countries and all these other franchises, it's good to come back home and see one that I know I'm going to have a good time in.
And what she means by that is no subtitles. Now, I don't want to sound like an ignorant American. Let's not lie. I don't want to sound like an ignorant American, but
it's easier to watch.
We have been watching for a long time.
And enjoying, but
Only
sometimes
series
things
with
that you
subtitles.
enjoy are work.
Sometimes it's nice to get a break from the subtitles because what I do is I watch the drag races and I watch all the drag race subtitles and then I go watch K-dramas. Although I say that, there was a time where I did turn the subtitles back on.
I always like a subtitle, whether I need it or not, because sometimes I'm doing things... Yeah, because sometimes Always. Sometimes, like, I won't understand and I'll be like, wait, what was that? Or I won't be paying attention, but the words will still be there so I can look. Or sometimes I'm blow drying my hair and I can't hear anymore, but the subtitles are there so I can just read it. And, you know, that's the thing with me is I like doing other things while I'm viewing.
Right, and you can't
And
do
with
that
subtitles that you have to read, you can't always do that. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't have the attention span. I blame TikTok.
Yeah, everything else in the 30-something years leading up to TikTok didn't make it worse. It was just TikTok.
It was just TikTok.
I agree.
Yeah.
I say the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't have an attention span. What's your name? You know? I'm really excited to be back, and I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I missed RuPaul. I missed her. I missed her and Michelle Visage. I don't care. Say what you want. I missed them. They're mother for a reason.
Yeah. Michelle Visage was recently on Las Culturistas, and I did really enjoy it. Yeah, they did a live show, and she was the live guest, and it was really fun to hear her talk about, because, you know, she's cool. Sorry. Fine.
We don't need to defend our love of Michelle Visage.
All right, let's get into these girls because we got a lot to... It's a ball.
We got a ball, sort of, and I loved it.
It was a... Yeah.
We'll spoil it in a minute.
All right, let's start off with Tamara Thomas. Her entrance look was like white and black. She's
a Horace drag daughter.
I'll say it. I think she looks like Kyle Richards.
Oh, she 100%
with the original
does.
face. Yeah.
She 100% does.
I thought she was beautiful and I liked her hair. I liked how flippy it was.
Yeah, I liked this look.
Cute. Up next is Banksy and ooh, stun. She didn't have to lower herself in the entrance, so I was happy about that.
She's 10 feet tall and worth the climb. I absolutely adore her. I loved this look.
I did
her
too.
Opening line.
Thank God you can't smell me.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I loved this look.
Yeah.
I loved her entrance.
I like her whole
attitude.
vibe. A red wig and a silver dress, I do think, in this case. Mm-hmm. And I love the rats on her shoes.
And drag queens are stinky. Let's lean into that, baby.
Miss Naomi Carter, who's looking lovely in this gorgeous color. What is it, lilac?
You know, I'm slightly colorblind, so I'm gonna say red. I loved it. I loved her makeup. I think she's gorgeous.
She's stamped, yeah.
I love that she came in looking absolutely stunning and what a gorgeous woman. And then she's like, I'm Mrs. Naomi Carter, I is.
Yeah.
I live for that.
That's fun. Next is Michael Maruli.
I felt like we got a lot of Michael Maruli this episode. She's a character. She definitely takes up a lot of space.
I'm getting a little mama vibes from her. I'm getting a little old school drag, but like the way that Morgan McMichaels is like old school.
Yes.
Old school
same
but
hair.
Modern.
They have the same hairstyle.
Old school but edgy.
They have a specific drag style that is definitely not for everyone, but the people who it's for go up for it.
Okay, we've got Kate Butch.
Bitch.
Kate Butch, I love this outfit. You know I love an orange hair.
And I love a fascinator.
I really like her body. I want to know how she pads and does all that.
Kate Butch made me giggle because, you know, when they come in, they describe their drag. They do their line, and then we move to their talking head, and they're like, Kate Butch is this, Kate Butch is that. She just kept talking about how disgusting and ugly she was. She was like, Kate Butch is ugly. Kate Butch is disgusting. Kate Butch is not going to give you the drag you like, but she's ugly. Like, they cut to her age, it was like 26, and I was like, oh, bitch, you are younger than I was when I started, and I was a mess when I started, like, as far as my confidence. So I do want someone to just hug her and tell her she's pretty.
Yeah.
Which we did not do in the Meet the Queens, and didn't feel great.
That is something
That's not our fault, though. That's her fault for picking that outfit. But this outfit, this outfit
so
and
cute.
this hair are bomb. She looks so good.
Okay, caramel. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Woo! All right, we've already known we're obsessed from the Meet the Queens.
Yeah.
Still obsessed. This is incredible. She is roommates with Tamara Thomas.
And they were roommates.
You think they really didn't know each other? They had to have.
That's TV magic, baby. Of course they knew. I really enjoyed the idea of roommates coming to Drag Race because I know there's going to be a fight. And we did see in next week's episode, there's going to be a roommate fight.
Well, sisters and besties heat up easy and they cool down easy.
I'm going to fight with you so hard.
We're not good at fighting with each other, I don't think.
You know what it is?
We're too scared.
It's your fault. Because I'm so in touch with my emotions and I do therapy.
No.
And then with you, you're like, I don't know, how do you feel? And I'm going to bring this up on the first episode, so don't worry. We'll figure it out then. But she looks incredible.
Yeah, no notes.
I loved hearing her story about, like, she's glad she didn't end up getting cast on Drag Race before her transition, and she's feeling so much more herself and empowered. Just a goddamn queen.
Yeah.
I love her.
Up next is Ginger Johnson with this orange and green moment. I like her.
I need to have a serious discussion with you about Ginger. I thought she was fine in the promo. Bitch, I have the deepest crush on her.
Yeah.
I have a fully beyond fangirl. I also, her talking head.
Yeah.
Her whole vibe is turning me on. I think she's so hot.
Yes.
I think she's so hot.
The narration is so good.
Oh, her opening line, her entrance line to Drag Race UK is, that toilet's blocked.
The fact that she made everything herself, except for one thing, which we find out later, instantly horny.
Yeah.
Stopping wet undercarriage.
I just have... Yeah, she has the best energy.
Now, this next competitor is...
annoying.
Delicious. She looks every bit the family of Crystal Versace. This looks regal. This looks royal.
I want to say this. She's 20 years old.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
tough.
we all are going to need... I think we're going to have to remember that.
Yeah.
We can't be too mean because her brain literally is still growing.
Truth.
However... she was so annoying. But for reasons that you should be, you know,
when you're a drag
queen and you're insecure and you're 20 and something goes wrong, of course you're going to dive into that kind of self-obsessed mindset that doesn't allow you to see beyond that. She's beautiful.
Yeah. Vicky Vivacious.
I loved her.
I loved this look.
Yeah.
I love the vibe. I just love her.
Oh, the lip though. The same with her promo shoot. Maybe like a light lip.
This is a specific lip that is giving a little bit of
old drag.
Old drag. But the lip on the runway, I was not mad at all.
I was mad when it was closed up, but yes. I loved this look. I absolutely adored this look.
Yeah.
She came in instant professional. I know I'm never gonna, well, not never say never if Justin Bieber taught us anything, but I'm not gonna worry about her.
Yeah.
I know that she's...
I'm feeling in safe hands with her.
Yeah. She's also very hot.
Very attractive.
Out of drag, yeah.
Speaking of hot, in and out of drag.
Thank you.
Alexis St. Pete. The stockings are cool. They're latex.
The stockings were so cool. I've never seen anything like that.
The bandana. I think the bandana was latex.
No way.
Yes. I'm obsessed with it. The bandana is latex.
She's so gorgeous.
She's so gorgeous. I am very much drawn to her looks. I like that she's from Poland. I like that she's a ballerina.
Polish.
I like that
She's the first Polish queen ever. Or first queen from Poland on any drag race.
I think that's fun. Maybe she'll host the Poland franchise next year.
Yeah.
And also, I like her face.
Can I say something? She gives me Nikki Doll. Hear me out. She's stunningly, absolutely beyond gorgeous. And there's a language barrier in that English is not her first language.
But she's goofy.
Yeah. The amount of times she told us she was funny, or she would say something in her talking heads and then like have a reaction of like, oh, me.
Or she told the other girls, like, if you don't understand me, you just laugh and pretend I'm funny.
Yeah, I'm very excited to continue that storyline.
Yeah.
It brings me such joy. It's such a sweet energy to me.
I just think this is going to be another, like, powerhouse performer, sleeper from the side. Yeah. They might accuse her of being too quiet, but she's going to outshine a lot of people. I love it. Yeah. I'm obsessed.
She's stunning.
Speaking of Nikki Doll is back with a bunch of other girls for the mini challenge because they're informed that this is a ball and they've already run the first part.
They've already what?
They've already walked the first part.
Oh, right. So we find out that for the first time ever, which I adored, their entrance looks are part of the judging for this episode. So the ball, the first round of looks, is their entrance looks. And I love that because your entrance look, it's one of the looks they put the most thought into because it's their first introduction to the world. And I love that they're finally... It counts for something. But in that, for round 2, you're going to enter into this runway.
Yes, right now you have an hour to change because now your entrance looks, now we're going to the club. Club Tippity Tuesday. What is it called?
I don't know, but I love that. If that's not what it's called, it should be.
They have an hour to change and alter their looks. Now, I watched this twice, and the first time I was so confused because some of them didn't change their looks.
Well, because when they came back in from the ball is when they unpacked. I don't think any of them had anything to change into, or what they had.
No, some of them did.
Yeah, some of them did change, or the some that didn't, they would add like a little element to whatever. So I didn't quite understand what the prompt was.
No, but we did get some guest judges. We got Pangina Heels. We got Lady Camden. We got Nikki Doll. We got Silky Nutmeg Ganache. We got Blue Hydrangea. Sminty Drop.
So excited to see her. I forgot how gorgeous she is.
She is. Yeah,
she's
that's
skinny.
the nice way to say it.
I love Sminty Drop.
No. I was thinking like one of these things is not like the other because everyone else like kind of did well. In their
finish
seasons.
this and let's talk about it.
Jimbo.
Okay. It was the most random grouping of
it was a
Can
random assortment.
It was so random.
And I like Sminty. I was just like, oh.
There were a few winners, a
few hosts.
But then,
and a few people that have been on multiple seasons.
Who we love. She didn't win. She wasn't a host. She hasn't been on anything but one. So there were just a couple people that I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, see,
Camden I got because she's British and she was on a US season. So I was like, oh, they're bringing her over for her first, like, Drag Race UK. That's fun. Yeah, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm trying to defend Sminty, but I can't.
No. You're right. I'm being a bitch. No, you're right. It was a nice smattering, and everyone looked so beautiful.
I think it was Sadara Side on Twitter who was like, "Tell me how these are all related. Tell me how this group of queens came together because it really was so random."
Wait, what was that Twitter handle name?
Sadara Side. How do you say it?
Set her aside. Like you set her.
That's funny. They should go by that name.
Yeah, I mean, I could be making that up.
They should change their name.
Hey, Sadsies?
Sadsies. No, you're absolutely right. That makes sense. I did too much.
So let's get right into it because this is the second walk in the ball. Some people changed, some people didn't. We do have a change here with Tamara Thomas.
Sort of,
but it is
wearing
different.
Some of this stuff.
I think she looks great for a club, for sure.
And she did really well. She's a really good performer.
She's a really good performer.
That was fun to watch.
I loved watching her hair swing.
She was a great start your car from the first point.
Yeah. She was a strong start. Next up is Banksy. Banksy had a little bit of a hair shift and she had this rat stole.
Her rat rapping was so funny. And I love that she's like, I'm just gonna pose. I'm just gonna be beautiful. That's what I do.
Sometimes when you're that tall, I tell you, a very tall man came into work yesterday.
You're not going to finish that thought?
This is the finishing of the thought.
Oh, great. Okay.
A very tall man came into work. He was twice the size of... Remember Domino's? Remember the girl that said Domino's from Brooklyn?
Yes.
He was twice her size.
Wow.
He was literally towering above everyone. And honestly...
You were hard.
Well, yeah, of course. I was hard.
Sorry, I had a stroke.
I was hard knee.
You were hard knees.
No, but it was
stretch.
It was amazing. It was just like.
I mean, good for him.
He looked like an avatar.
Have you been on the Avatar Disney World ride? Not the fun one, but the one that's really slow. And
Okay.
Have the animatronics.
No, that's the one I thought I was. That's the one I thought I was going on. I waited in line for 2 hours. I ended up going on the other one, but it was a fun time.
You went on the fun one.
Yeah.
I wasn't willing to wait for the fun one, so I went on the boring one. And those animatronics, they're really tall and like spindly. It was kind of a turn on.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I would go back. It was boring though. It was a boring ride.
Miss Naomi Carter. Now she did change a little bit. She looks so gorgeous.
Oh, she looked great. Well, I say that. I don't exactly know what's happening in the outfit, but I liked it, I think. But I liked when they got to the workroom and they're all de-dragging, she literally was like, just cut this corset off of me. I don't want to keep it. Which I was like, oh, maybe it didn't go as well as we thought it did. I don't know.
I think that just speaks to like the long hours that is of filming.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, she was in pain. My apologies.
That's what I would be like. I would be like, please get. You know what? I love when you say apologies.
Yeah, my apologies. That's Spanish.
Michael Marulli, she's giving Hard Rock Cafe. She's giving Prince.
She does what she does very well. She's a professional. She's been doing it for years. I would never want to go up against her in anything because I know she has perfected her craft and I'm too imperfect.
Kate Butch, she's in this kind of like figure skater moment.
It was so dumb.
She's dumb. I like watching her. I loved it. Her shoe came off. All the girls were like, ugh! And that's a big Drag Race no-no, but it was fun.
Picked it up and pretended she was answering the phone, which is very good smart.
Which is the only thing you can do.
She did exactly what I would have done in that situation, which is be awkward, not know what to do, and when something goes wrong, kind of take your time turning it into something and just make everyone uncomfortable. Yeah. That's exactly what I do on stage. Yeah. So I was like, what would I plan? Well, I know it was a surprise. What would I plan for in case there was a surprise? I think I would take the first 10-15 seconds to kind of slowly walk down the runway like I'm about to do something, and then I would just try to do a cartwheel for the remaining 2 minutes. I would just keep doing it. I wouldn't acknowledge anyone around me. Here's what I think would happen. I think it would make people initially laugh, then make people confused, then make them angry, and then make them accept it.
And then bring it back around. Because you really love that.
I love
you
that
love
humor.
That. You love it when things go on for an uncomfortably long time.
I'm calling it right now. I think that would be great. Or it would be so bad it would be iconic.
I think I would just excuse myself.
You tap dance.
Ginger Johnson.
This was cute.
She was cute.
I thought she
did a little sugar butt,
She's, I'm already in love.
Okay, but Caramel, excuse me.
Mm-mm.
Super Bowl halftime show.
Can you imagine?
No. I would excuse myself.
I would literally say, go ahead and send me home. I'm not doing that. Are you kidding?
Was there music playing? I want to know. Or was everyone just doing their
I have the same
doing
thought.
Their dance moves?
I bet it was low. I bet you could hear every footstep.
Every creak of the riser they were
on. Yeah.
This was incredible.
Yeah,
she is a goddess.
She was absolute. I mean, I'm not surprised because when she entered the workroom and everyone else was talking about her, they were like, oh, she's a legend. She's a legendary performer.
Yeah. Now we have Dee Delicious. And Dee, I thought she got the energy really up for herself in the very beginning.
Oh.
And then she kept going and she lost her wig slowly with the wig creeping back. And then she just yanked it off.
Okay. I'm going to say it.
This is tough.
It wasn't tough. this is what I think is so silly. This whole drama was so silly and so fabricated. The dramatic sound effects that they started to play as her wig started to slip off, it became her storyline for the entire episode. And again, the dramatic music, they're cutting back from her and RuPaul and the faces of the judges and faces of the other girls. Okay, her wig fell off during a surprise dance-off. It was the first... Why did that matter?
I think maybe some people might say it's because it's like Drag Race. It's like the Olympics of drag, and you should have your wig pinned on at least.
Do you have your wig pinned on when you enter the workroom?
After this episode, I do, bitch. Or after the water stuff. You gotta be ready for anything.
I could not care about this, which is maybe why I was so annoyed with her response the entire episode, because I was like, why are you making this a big deal? Because maybe it was, and I just misunderstood.
Well, RuPaul famously doesn't like it.
If it was on the main stage and they had had plenty of time to prepare and they knew exactly what was ahead of them, I would say yes. I don't know. I think it just felt like there were no stakes, and they were like, great, that's our stakes.
Well, they did probably have to create some stakes after removing any trace amount of that one girl that's not in the show anymore.
Hats off.
I
Wigs
know.
Off to editors.
G Delicious's wigs off to the editors, because I was looking, not a freaking...
I did not spot her once.
I did not see a single...
I did not spot her once.
I didn't see a shoulder. I didn't see anything.
It was seamless.
Yeah, seamless. I couldn't tell. I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, but anyway, Dee Dee, she's a great performer.
Yeah.
I guess that's what also, I'm sorry, I'll shut up, but she's a great performer. Her wig fell off, but she was really good. Whatever.
Cool. Vicky Vivacious is adorable. She revealed a tiny skirt. That made me laugh. And then she did her flossy butt, and she looked like so cute.
Yeah, she was so cute.
Alexis St. Pete, this is when we find out she is really one to watch in the performing skills.
Yes, she was incredible. And at the very, very, very end, after she's performed her ass off, she spins and almost falls off the runway, but doesn't.
Now, I have fallen off a runway before doing this move.
Yeah.
That was one of the first nights I think you realized that I was important to you, because that was when I fell and I slid down the curtain.
Yeah, you showed me how fragile you were, and I was like, I'm in.
But also tough.
Tough? You didn't break.
No. Bevels may fall, but they don't break.
Bevels?
Isn't that like a phrase of like, kids may fall, but they don't break or whatever?
I thought you were referring to, what is it called when the floods? Levees. I thought you were referring to like the levees breaking. And like Hurricane Katrina. I was like, why would you bring that up?
You will do anything to compare me to a large piece of building.
No, a large disaster. God. Don't twist my words, Bevels.
Oh!
Don't twist my words.
Okay, well.
But I'm sorry, but here's my other thing. Because to keep this weird Dee Dee fucked up storyline going, Dee Dee, as they're getting ready for the final runway, brings up that she thinks Alexis is going to be in the bottom with her because she slipped at the end, which...
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. And then Alexis got really upset about it. And again, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, none of this matters. None of this is real. What the fuck is this story?
Well, that's why I wonder if there was something going on with the other person that they had to edit out and try and rework the story to be bigger than, you know what I mean?
Oh, if maybe she fucked up and she was worried about herself. Maybe. That's a really good point,
Or
Bevels.
maybe the other one was kind of egging on or something, or, you know,
it just was so strange. Although we did get a really funny quote from Silky. I have to say, all the cutaways to the other queens talking. Group. Jimbo seems so jet lagged. At one point, she tries to do her signature like, but she seems so tired that she just kind of goes, and I was like, go to bed. But Silky, after Dee Dee's wig fell off and everyone thought, you know, the world was ending, she was like, that's the worst thing to happen since Romeo and Juliet. Her wig slipping off is worse than a murder-suicide?
Well, yeah, but also...
Or no, wait, a suicide. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just double suies.
Double suies?
I'm very tired. I feel like Jimbo. Let's go to the runway. There's something else to talk about, right?
Yeah, let's go to the runway.
All
we
right.
just have a lot of looks to get through.
RuPaul looks beautiful in this yellow gown.
I loved this look.
She looks beautiful.
Absolutely loved it. I love her in gold. I love her in warm colors.
Guest judge Kristen McMenemy said the funniest thing, saying...
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
say it.
I knew you before... Wait.
I knew you when you were nothing. The guest judge is a model she knew from the 80s, and she was nuts.
Oh
and
my
I'm obsessed
God,
with her.
she
I
was...
want her a permanent judge. I remember you when you were nothing. And RuPaul's response was, ha ha ha, thank you. I loved it. It's one of my favorite moments ever.
Michael Maruli. Now, like you said earlier...
The theme is just show us your best drag.
Fierce impressions.
First impression. Yeah.
Now, like you said, her style is not for you. It's not for me either, but...
It's well done.
I do like this. I think it's cool, and I don't understand how the hips were done.
I know.
Yeah, this is so interesting to look at.
Yeah, I personally don't enjoy it as a stylistic choice, but I cannot deny how incredibly well done it is. Like, it is really impressive.
Yeah.
The mechanics. The mechanics alone.
Alexis St. Pete, she is a Polish milkmaid.
She looks incredible.
I like this. And I get that it's more dominatrix, more black leather, but this is beautiful.
Yeah, I liked when Michelle was like, and we're seeing the kind of the same looks in all three looks we've seen today.
Yeah, but this is different.
And she's like, but it's so fun to watch. And also, we say this a lot, they don't know what order anything's going to go in. And so... unless next week she comes out as a dominatrix, I'm glad they gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
you know?
Let's not
I did like when Ru was like, how did you come up with this look, this character? And she's like, it's an imaginary friend I came up with as a child. And RuPaul goes, a Polish dominatrix. So good.
Speaking of so good, Ginger Johnson. I can't audition now because
That's
is what I would want to...
Bevels look.
I would want to do this.
I immediately thought of you.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. She's weird for biting that flower. I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah.
I want to wear that.
Were you nervous
in drag,
at all, though?
out of
Were you
drag.
nervous at all about the judges liking it? I was a little.
No.
Just because it was a little simpler. It's just like a very beautiful kind of day dress. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they'll like it. I mean, spoiler, they loved it.
Dee Licious. Now...
God damn it, Dee Dee. She's 20. Sorry, I had to remind myself.
Okay, I'm going to be unkind. She's 20, but she already paints like she's 40.
Oh.
And then she wore this...
She acknowledges that. In her entrance, she said, I'm a MILF.
Okay,
and
great.
Like,
Then great. Then I'm not saying anything
teen
we
mom,
don't already
teen mom,
know.
teen mom.
The giant collar, the heavy boobs that are sitting at her waist, basically, because the collar is weighing them down, looks like she's bending over.
And you could see her panty.
I get that. I get the idea.
I loved the idea. But again, there was something wrong with what she was wearing, and she was afraid that the collar was going to slip off. And after her wig fell off, I don't know if you remember, she was so worried that that was going to slip off. So she ended up walking kind of like this the whole time.
Well, no, I don't think she was. I think she was standing up straight. But because of the breastplate and because of the heft and the weighing down, it just looked like she was walking like that.
Well,
I think she was standing up straight.
Well, the only reason I don't think that is just because in her voiceover,
she was saying she's like worried it was coming off.
Yeah, I have to kind of stand in a way because I'm worried about it falling off.
Well, maybe that's what I was saying. I thought it was a shame because she's beautiful.
Now, after seeing that, I did think maybe she is in the bottom.
Caramel,
wow,
absolute goddess.
She said there's an orgy happening in my dress, and then I realized that there were like head shapes within all of that camouflage, whatever the design was. So fucking cool.
Oh, they were
so
head
fucking
shapes.
Cool. And then in her crown, which we've seen that 1,000 times, the zip tie crowns, but she had like little people holding hands throughout. The detail.
Oh, she's like Kylie Minogue in that one music video where there's like a mountain of sex people. She's just so beautiful. I'm instantly on her side no matter what. And I loved this. Banksy in this little hobble skirt gown could not move. I thought she looked stunning.
I loved it.
I thought she looked stunning, and I loved that she couldn't move.
I love the proportions of it. I loved that it wasn't really a mermaid. It was like a straight down, and then she looked like a lamp. You know, like a floor lamp that just has a circular
base. Yeah, like the Pixar lamp. Yeah.
And I love that she didn't just wear red nails. She painted her fingers to kind of match. So she just looked... This was so fucking cool.
I loved it.
This was so cool.
Yeah. Vicky Vivacious doing a palace guard.
What do they call?
Fuzzy Fuzzy Hatums.
Bruh.
Bros.
Yeah.
I thought this was pretty too. And again, how did they get those hips like that? They look so structured.
Well, she built it like that. Because when she turned around, it's like a little heart. And she's like, this is saying that I love the armed forces or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know about that. But my initial reaction to it, can I be honest, was negative. Because it is such a... We've seen it before. We've seen that exact costume 1,000 times. But upon seeing her walk it and it turn around, I loved the detail. I loved the heart butt. I thought
it was something that we've seen, but very well done.
Yeah, and I loved her spin on it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like when she spinned as well. Okay, Kate Bush. This is where she wins me over in this outfit. Because it's insane. And I'm pretty sure that she was only wearing one skate. Because you could see her kind of go down and push off before she would glide.
It's kind of smart, though.
It is kind of smart. Can I tell you something? One time, I was asked to do the halftime show at the Chicago Roller Derby. Because I wear roller skates sometimes, and they saw me do what they were like, do you want to do? And I said yes, but I didn't realize it was like a full big event with an arena. And I was doing the halftime show on like a huge surface area, but just me.
Hot.
And I left one of my skates at home. I was doing Vogue by Madonna, so I had the big gown. So you couldn't see it first. So I did the other way. I pretended like I didn't have skates on, and I just walked around first, and then I pushed off, and then I went, and it did work out. But my hip... That is
so creative.
My hip was so sore.
Those hips don't lie.
This is cute. It's weird.
One thing that I really enjoy watching these shows and being a working drag queen is that I can see the thought behind some of these choices. On the runway, the fabric choice is so bizarre, but I can see looking at that fabric up close and being like, how intricate, how beautiful. I see why she made that choice. But yes, it was batshit crazy, but in the best way.
I liked it.
I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
I just wanted her to keep spinning.
Mrs. Lovett, almost.
I'm very excited.
Pride and Prejudice.
Because we've seen her in this kind of fascinator, kind of older lady drag look, and then we saw her in that bizarre look she chose to answer the phone foot on, and now we're seeing this. I can't tell what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to maybe see her land somewhere in the middle of all of these.
Yeah.
Or just go further in the deep end. I don't know. We'll see.
Miss Naomi Carter. I thought she looked beautiful.
I loved the dress and the jacket, but together was just kind of bizarre. But on their own, they're gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. I did have a little bit of with the sleeve. I wish the sleeve was either puffy or like flat, but it was doing like a weird flopping thing. That's my only concern.
I did love how she was like, obviously, I chose to look a little like Diana Ross because... teacher's pet. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, same.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tamara Thomas. She's a body girl. She is not afraid to show cheek and leg and wing.
She has a great body.
Yeah. And she looks beautiful. The wings, what a bummer to not have it go well. And then also, don't they famously do these twice? Like it didn't go well either time, or they just showed this one?
Well, she said the wing is busted.
The wing got busted. So I wonder
if it was just, there wasn't a good one. Your first runway on Drag Race and this, what is very clearly an expensive part of your costume breaks. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do.
Are we going to kiss?
Weird response.
Okay, I will say she was giving Kyle Richards earlier, and I know we're not supposed to compare the queens, but I think now she looks like Sonia Morgan. And I mean that with the most respect.
I love Sonia.
And it even goes with her busted wings. Sonia always, at the townhouse, is always broken.
That's true. Sonia needs to get away from that. Is she finally out of that townhouse?
Yeah, she's in Crappy Lake with Lou. I think they did sell the townhouse.
Finally.
Oh,
this
is the dog I live with. Isn't it cute?
Like the little ones.
It never makes noise.
You sure? They pull up five girls.
They pull up some girls. And we're thinking that means, like, what it normally means is that we're left with the tops and bottoms.
So everyone else leaves because they're safe. And then Rue's like, LOL, JK.
JK,
you're the top. You're top
all
of
the top.
All five, a top five.
I felt so good because Alexis, my sissy girl Alexis St. Pete, she was thinking she was going to be in the bottom because she let Dee Dee
sort of slipped for a second.
Oh my god, yeah, that's stupid. But she let Dee Dee get in her head and she was like nervous.
Well, I had that same thought about Ginger. I was like, do not do this to Ginger. I'm going to be so mad.
No. But they were all the top. And we get the good news that we're not sending anyone home, which I think is great because I don't want to lose anyone. And I want to get to know everyone as much as we can. And then next week,
let's get rid of them. Yeah. So they find out they're from the top. They do the judge thing. Then they go back into the workroom with all the safe queens. And they're like, we're going to play with them. So who do you think's in the bottom? And the girls start naming people, which I thought was a bad idea. Don't ask them that.
Yeah.
You're going to make yourself feel bad. Anyway, and they were like, JK, we're all the top. They were gagged.
They were gagged and they were gaslit.
Pooped.
They were gag slit.
Gag slit?
Ew. That's what they call my throat.
Your throat is a gag slit?
Yeah.
Honestly,
it
that
kind
makes
of
sense.
is.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Do you gag? You gag?
I like it.
I'll gag on
I think
you.
sometimes
I'll gag if the mood is right.
Gagging on someone's cock can
Stop.
be horny.
Stop. Here's the problem when you say stuff like that, okay? Because we're having fun. You say something outrageous. We all kind of giggle. And then you add this, like, to it that makes it real. That makes it horny. You're like, gagging on someone's cock. It's too real.
Did I tell you I was talking to someone recently?
That you gagged on someone's cock?
No,
you tell me all the time.
No, I was talking to someone recently and we were talking about, fuck J.K. Rowling, but we were talking about what our Patronuses are, which, did I tell you this?
No.
The Patronus in the book is like the thing everyone's got. It's kind of like someone's spirit animal, which I know is not.
Oh, yeah, we don't do that anymore.
But it's like someone's special animal. Sure. And we had already been, we've been talking for a while, so they were like, what's your Patronus?
They knew you were rotted.
And I go, they go, what's your Patronus? And I go, your cock. And then I said a squirrel.
That's crazy!
I think that'd
I'm
be
kidding,
cute.
not your cock, a squirrel. We find out the top two, Caramel and Vicky Vivicious.
Vicky Vivicious!
I'm so excited for them.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And they're going to get to lip sync against each other, but they have to lip sync to a song in these gowns, in these gorgeous outfits.
That is not exactly what I was concerned about. I was worried about their headpieces. They're both in gigantic, like, Kara's hair is very tall and she's got stuff in it, so she can't move. And then Vicky's wearing that giant fluffy thing, so she can't move. They both do really well. It was a good lip sync. It was fun. It was just a bummer because we saw how well they both moved in the runway thing.
Yeah.
So then to have them have to do it again, but now
their hands are a bit tied.
Their hands are tied. It was like, wah, wah.
But I do think they delivered a really good lip sync.
I agree. So we find out that Vicky is the winner. Vicky's the first winner of season 5. And I do think Vicky was very lucky.
Oh, against Caramel?
That Caramel had that hair on. Because if Caramel was able to move, I think Vicky would have been in big trouble. Not in big trouble, because Vicky's a mover too. She's good. But I do think she got very lucky.
She got very lucky. I don't think we're going to be seeing any Caramel losing lip syncs again anytime soon. Yeah. Or ever.
But Vicky did great. I don't want to shit on her win because she deserved it. She absolutely did. Then they all go to the back and then they were friends again. So that's the end of it.
Great first episode.
Really good
I liked it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got to see a lot of these girls. I can't wait to see next week.
I love 10 queens.
Yes.
I think 10 queens is the perfect number to start a show. I get that in America we do everything big because we have heart attacks and we die young.
Yeah.
But 10 is a perfect number.
10 is the excellent number and it's really good.
All right, well, we got to get out of here because we are going to go eat pizza. We love you so much. If you want to come back to the UK with us, we'll be back next week. So hit that subscribe button and, of course, the notification bell so that you get and your phone goes, they're here, faggot.
Join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Darby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to stop this. I have forgotten something that is very important to this series. That we simply cannot move forward unless it is done.
The pizza's here.
Darby.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So
and then you have to ask me, or else that we can't move on.
Alexis.
Yes.
UK, innit?
Oh my God, not anymore. You know I don't like loud sounds.
The pizza's here. If you want to have Cameo and Cameo, they're IMHO.
Available.
Patreon, dragqueenmerch.com. We'll see you next week, innit?
Maybe we'll do UK for the credits chat. No, UK. How you doing?
No, that was good.
UK. No.
We don't need to do anything else. It was perfect.
I'm not UK.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
I had a really hard couple of days at work.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's see if Cheryl messaged me back.
See if she's okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be really embarrassing for you when she didn't.
She hasn't seen it yet.
They're 8 hours ahead of us, so it's like...
You said she was in LA.
Not anymore. So it's like 1 p.m. or 1 a.m.
Oh, 1 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, so she's
Well,
asleep.
we'll hear from Cheryl at some point this season.
Why?
Again. We'll hear from her again. I have to ask her if she's okay.
because she didn't get to do it in the cast meet and beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, have you been seeing the TikToks of Trixie Mattel on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I saw one, yeah.
I think that's so exciting.
Yeah, it's really fun seeing drag queens pop up in other super gay TV shows. I was going to say in other areas of the world, but no, Real Housewives is super gay. It's all gay.
I love that.
You love gay. I mentioned it a little on the show, but I had a growth on my face. It was a beauty growth, and I had convinced myself that it was cancer, and we don't know that.
Oh, we didn't get the biopsy back?
The biopsy it takes 2 weeks.
Okay.
But the doctor said, like, this is not cancer. It doesn't look like cancer. And then I was like, LOL, I'm psychotic. You benign this or biopsy it so we can benign it. And she's like, I will if you want me to. And I was like, I do. But I had like totally convinced myself that you dropped your phone.
I know. I'm really sorry.
Can I tell you the first thought I had when I convinced myself I had cancer because I have mental illness, I was like, I want to call my mom. But, like, I'm not talking to my mom right now, and I haven't talked to my mom in a long time. And I just, like, it's got me thinking about what am I really upset about, you know? We as queer people, we get to choose our family, and then we also get to be really mad at our family. And I'm just trying to think of, like, what is it? And I have identified some things. Don't worry. I was able to identify a few things. But it is funny, like, when you get those deep emotional moments, like, it's funny to think, who's the first person you go to? Obviously, my husband was the first. And then my mom. And then you. And then you, because I was mad at her. And I wasn't mad at you. Well, I was a little mad at you. And...
Why?
I just wanted to make you feel weird.
Oh.
But isn't that weird?
No,
and then once I had a couple
days
days to calm myself down, I was like, no, you're not ready. I'm not ready yet. You have to take care of yourself. I don't want to go and just be mad. I want to go with like, here's what I want from this. Here's what I think it'll take to get there. And right now in my head, it's just...
You're still dealing with anger.
Yeah.
I get that. I think you're being very mature about it.
Which is not something I ever expected myself to be.
No, me neither.
So honestly, this is a win. Did you... Oh, wait. No, you're 2 years younger than me, right? 1 year?
At least 4.
One. It was kind of funny when Michael and Vicky are doing their makeup for the runway, and they both look at each other and they start tearing up, or at least Michael did, about like, we've worked for years, we've worked so hard, and like, we're finally here, and like, we've worked these long careers, and they're just like really sharing their moment of like, we've done it, babe. And I was like, yeah, you old veterans, do it. And then I remembered I'm older than both of them.
I know.
No! It was tough.
Well, what am I? I'm 38?
Yes. Do you not know how old you are?
Sometimes it gets hard because, like...
Hormones.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's why we should have more hormones in schools.
No.
What?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Let's work on getting
Goodbye,
the guns out.
governor.
Let's work on getting the guns out before we get the hormones in.
We cannot end on that. You want to end on gun violence?
You want to end on hormones in schools?
It happens naturally.
Oh, natural hormones. No, those don't count.
I'm going to eat pizza.
Me too.